Example 1.4, they have given a series of readings of time period of a simple pendulum. Based on that, the following questions they have asked we need to calculate. One is, what is the mean value of the period of oscillation? So in this experiment, it was attempted to find the time period of oscillation of a simple pendulum. They took 5 readings because they wanted to ensure that the reading has to be accurate. So they did 5 trials. Out of 5 trials, they made 5 measurements. So these are the 5 measurements. So like 2.63 seconds, 2.56 seconds, 2.42 seconds, 2.71 seconds and 2.80 seconds. Calculate the mean value of time period of oscillation. So actually the very objective of taking the mean value is, the mean value is supposed to be almost equal to the correct value. So the mean value of time period of oscillation is the average of all the values. So time period measurement 1 plus measurement 2 plus measurement 3 plus measurement 4 plus measurement 5 divided by 5. If there are 10 readings, all the values divided by 10. So 2.63 plus 2.56 plus 2.42 plus 2.71 plus 2.80 whole divided by 5. This will give you the value which is equal to 2.624 seconds. But here, whenever we add or subtract, the number of decimal places will be equal to the least number of decimal places that the numbers that get added. So here all of them have just 2 decimal places after this, so we need to drop this. So when you drop this, it becomes 2.62 seconds. So what we can do is, the value of the mean thing, the mean value of the measurement is 2.62 seconds. Then the next question is the absolute error in the measurement. So the absolute error in the measurement is actually the deviation or the difference between the mean value and the measurement. Suppose delta T1. What is the absolute error in the first measurement? The absolute error in the first measurement is, the mean value is, so I'll just tell you here, delta T is the absolute error, that is equal to mean value minus measured value. Then 2.63, I mean here we have got 2.62 and the measurement is 2.63. So it is 2.62 minus 2.63, that is equal to like minus 0.01 seconds. Then the next thing is delta T2, that means absolute error in the second measurement, 2.62 minus 2.56, that is equal to 0.06 seconds, and this is actually plus. So third measurement, absolute error in the third measurement is, mean value is 2.62, third value is 2.42, and that is equal to 0.20 seconds. Then the absolute error in the fourth measurement is 2.62 minus fourth measurement is 2.71, then that is equal to like minus 0.09 seconds. Then the absolute error in the last measurement is 2.62 minus 2.80, and that is equal to minus 0.18 seconds. So this is negative, and this is positive, this is negative, and this is positive, and this is negative. What is the mean absolute error? Mean absolute error, here we have to add all the absolute error, and we have to find the average value of all the absolute errors, but errors don't get subtracted or they don't get cancel each other. So what we do here, whether it is plus or minus, we just have to add all the absolute errors and divide by 5. So how we can express that? The mean absolute error, we can say delta T for each one. So this is the mean value, so delta T mean value, the mean absolute error is summation of all the errors, but we are going to take only the magnitude divided by the total number of measurements. The total number of measurements here is 5. So it is equal to, first one is plus 0.01, second one is plus 0.06, third one is plus 0.20, plus 0.09, plus 0.18 whole divided by 5. That gives us the value which is 0.54 by 5, that is equal to 0.108 seconds. But here again, all the values that get added has got only 2 decimal places. Here it has got 3. So we need to reduce this, drop this term, because this is greater than 5. We are going to write it as 0.11 seconds. Then what is the relative error? Relative error is the ratio of mean absolute error to the mean value, like mean absolute error to the mean value. So relative error, that in simply it is called delta t by t. Here the mean value of all the delta t's and the mean value of all the measurement of time period, that is called relative error. This relative error is equal to, like we have calculated this as 0.11 and this is 2.62, and this does not have units. So far all of them have units and this one does not have unit, because this is also in second, this is also in second. This has got to be 0.0419. when you divide the one which has least number of significant digits, so that many significant digits only should appear in the result. See here 1, 2, 3, 3 significant digits are there. Here the 0 that is before the decimal point does not have any significance unless there is a non-zero number, and there are only 2 significant digits. So we are not here, we are having after the decimal point, before the first non-zero number, whatever 0 comes, that is not significant. Now we have got 3 significant digits. We are supposed to have only 2 here. So when you drop it, so it is equal to 0.04, because when you drop this, what happens? This one does not have unit. So this is 0.04. What is the percentage error? Percentage error is change in value to the original value, or here the absolute error by original value is called relative error. Relative error into 100. Relative error in the sense it's a error for 1 unit of value. For 100, then we just need to multiply with 100. So percentage error is actually equal to relative error, or in fact mean relative error into 100. So this is 0.04 into 100 percentage, that is equal to 4%. So how else are we going to write that? We just have to express that in the right form. So the last part of the question is express the result in proper form. So it is the value calculated. So the value of the time period equal to, like, mean value plus or minus mean of the absolute error. So the mean value is 2.62 seconds plus or minus 0.11. So both are in seconds, so we are going to express like this.